So hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is V. For today's video, let's get comfortable. So for today's video, I am going to be writing down my goals for 2020 live on camera. I did film this video before, like 2 days ago when I was in London, or 3 days ago, but then the sound of that video was awful and the lighting was just disgusting. So I actually received this productivity planner for Christmas from my brother and it's perfect. I was so grateful to receive this and I love it so much. So I'm going to write my goals in here live on camera with you guys. But before we get there, I have some things I want to say to you guys. I have a list here of 8 things that I want to mention. My sister and I think you guys have seen her before in a video, came up with this list for you guys. So before I write mine, I want to make sure you guys are all strapped and ready to write your own goals. So number 1 on this piece of paper from my sister and I is be kinder to yourself. Before you even sit down to write down your goals for 2020, like, be kinder to yourself. Remember that you've accomplished so much in 2019. I'm not just talking about accolades in terms of awards or I was in front of this magazine, or we're talking about like inner goals, like things that were personal. Like, I was a lot kinder to myself, I was a lot stronger, I stood up for myself more, I looked after my mental health a lot more, I went to the gym, all that kind of stuff. So like, remember to acknowledge the steps that you've taken in becoming like a better version of yourself this year, and not just like materialistic things, but we're talking about the inner core things, like the goodness within your heart, you know. My sister said that if you're not 100 up here, then you're not going to be 100 with whatever you do out here. So looking after yourself is so important. Don't compare yourself. Your goals are personal to you, they belong to you and no one else. So don't like run your race watching someone else, because you're going to end up stumbling and falling. Number 2 came from me, which is dream big but find a way. So it's okay to dream massive and to dream big, because that's what this world is all about. It's your oyster and you're here to enjoy life, you know what I'm saying, and to like grab every opportunity as it comes. So dream massive, dream big, but find your own way. So once again, don't compare and say my friend Lucy was going to go travelling the same way I was going to go travelling, but she got given £10,000 by her parents and she's off tomorrow, or I've got to wait 3 years to like save up my money from McDonald's before I can go. That's okay. Like, if you can still go traveling but you found your own path and your own way, your own journey, that is fine. So like, I think we often compare the way that people do it and it's not healthy. So remember to dream massive, but then remember to adjust it to your situation, your circumstance and your capabilities. 3 is set smaller goals that are bite-sized goals to the big goals that you want. So I always imagine this like I always imagine this like triangle or a pyramid, where at the top you've got the massive be all and end all goal that you've dreamt of, I don't know, buying a house for example. Then that's like, you want to do that in the next year. Let's pretend, I know this is not realistic, but let's pretend you want to buy a house in the next year. That's up here. Then underneath I would think, what do I want to do in the next 6 months to make sure I'd have been able to buy a house for 10 grand by the end of the year? Is okay, in 6 months I want to save 5 grand. Then you've got to think, break it down to 1 month. What can I do in this next month to make sure I'm where I want to be for those goals over there? And that could be in the next month, put £500 aside. Then I would think, okay, so in this next week and in this next day and hour, this is what I've got to do to make sure all of these steps align, and by the end of the year I'm where I want to be. So setting bite-sized goals is always perfect, because it makes things more realistic and more actually achievable. Because if you just said 10 grand in a year, you're going to panic. But if you break it down, manageable, which is something that I really need to do, which I haven't done before, is to have a vision board. I think it's so important to be able to visually see what you want to do and where you want to go, and you can adjust that depending on your situation. So have a plan A, B and C. So yes, it's beautiful to have this massive goal, like I definitely want to buy a house and that's that, but it's also good to reassess every once in a while, what's my situation now and what can I actually do now. And if maybe it's rent to buy, or maybe house share instead of just buying the house up front or whatever, like always readjust so you can still get to your goal but maybe in a different way. Number 5, which is something that you will see when I'm writing my goals, is I always divide my goals into different strands, because I feel like it's a lot of pressure to just have these are the goals for 2020 and that's that. I always have my academic goals, my personal goals and my career goals, so that at least I know I'm spread out between a few things and I'm going to be happy either way, because I know that a few of the bits of each strand will be achieved, rather than having this one list of 5 things that I have to do, and if I don't do them, I didn't like do it. 6 is I would recommend that you keep yourselves accountable if you can. I always do like little reminders of things that I really do not want to forget. So every month I have a certain reminder that comes into my phone on Google calendar, and it comes in every month, and I remember to do it. Sometimes I will forget. And also you can send yourself an email, like you can type an email and set the date you want it to send. So if you need to talk to yourself in 6 months time but you know you won't remember to, send yourself an email now that will arrive on that day 6 months from now. And the last one that I've got on here is live your life. You need to remember that you come first before any of these goals, lists and whatever. All of this could like burn in the fire, or maybe your life could dramatically change tomorrow and things could like on your goal list can no longer be possible or whatever. Just remember that you are you before any of that stuff, and you are just enjoying it for what it is, because life is really too short sometimes. And that's it. That is my advice I wanted to give before we get into me writing down my goals. So I had a few of them written here in like scribbles, and I really can't read it anymore. Okay, so we're gonna break this down into my personal, my academic and my career goals. So we'll start with personal goals because they matter the most to me. So the first personal goal is to order less and go out more. Now what that means for me is basically when I was in London, I don't know if I mentioned this in another video before, I was in London and I was so hungry and I was like, I really want to have some Pizza Express. So then I went on to Deliveroo, I was starting to order some Pizza Express, and I thought, wait a minute V, you're living in the centre of London, you're literally surrounded by beautiful buildings, there's a lot of nightlife out there, the Christmas lights are on. Pizza Express was dead ass 7 minutes walk away from where I was living, but I was going to order it on Deliveroo. I was like, V, that don't make any sense. Like, get up, get out, go and like experience going out, you know. So I went out to eat on my own, sat down, ordered the food, made some friends in the restaurant, spoke to the people in there who were working in there, some of the people that were eating in there, watched some Netflix, ate my food, and then I went back. And it was like I was gonna cut out that whole experience just to order the food and stay in. So it's not really about food, it's a metaphor for life. Like, order less, go out more. So instead of watching people on Instagram at a concert having fun, or watching people playing football, why don't you just go out and play the football, or go out to the concert, go out to the water park, go on holiday, stop watching people travel vlog, go out and travel yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a metaphor for basically go and live life instead of just watching it happen. Go and participate. My other goal is to travel. I really want to travel the world, like especially because I'm graduating in July. I want to travel so much. I'm going to do a separate video on what I want to do after graduation, because that's going to take a whole video within itself. But yeah, I want to travel a lot more. I want to be more assertive. These goals are very mishmash and all over the place. I want to be more assertive. I feel like I'm too nice sometimes for my own good, and I let people kind of get away with things that I don't really find acceptable, but I just let it go because I don't want to like cause any tensions. But sometimes I think to protect yourself and your growth and your space, you actually have to be a little bit assertive with your friends and family and stuff. So I definitely need to create some boundaries. I need to take more chances. I've definitely got to take more chances, because I feel like I play things a little too safe all the time, and I want to take more chances even on this channel. Like, I want to do some groundbreaking things, you know. I want to believe in myself more. I doubt myself a lot and I make excuses for everything. I'll be like, oh, the channel's only growing because that one video did really well and people just subscribe from that. And I'm like, no V, you've worked really hard, you've been consistent, people are in love with the content that you make, and it's you, it's not just what you're saying, it's more about the body of the positivity that you bring out and what you stand for. And I've got to like take, you know, more pride in what I'm doing and not just, I don't know, just believe in myself more. Oh, and then another personal goal is to eat less meat, work out more, and save. To start eating better, thinking more consciously about what I'm putting into my body, think about the exercise, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I just got to be better to me. But don't send for me if you see me eating meat. I said eat less, not stop completely until I'm ready, okay? Yeah, and then I've got a figure that I want to save for 2020, but I'm not going to say it because I just don't think it's necessary. But there is a certain amount of money that I want to save, and yeah, it's on the list, and hopefully... Ooh. Now let's move on to the academic goals. So academically, what did I write on here? So I obviously really major goal want to pass uni. I want to pass Oxford with a 2-1. That is something that I've just wanted for a long time, and I want to pass my dream university with my dream grade, and it's just something that I want. If it doesn't happen, of course, like, it's okay, but it's just something that I've had my heart set on, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. The next goal I can't say because I'm not yet ready to say, but I'm going to just write it down here. I'll talk about it in a few months' time, but not right now. I've written it down. The next one is to do well on my dissertation. I'm not great at coursework or anything of that nature. I'm better at exams, and a 10,000 word dissertation is hell for me, honestly. Like, I just and then when I have my graduation party, which, by the way, you guys are invited to. I think my mum said I'm allowed to have a few, like, of my subscribers there, which is going to be epic. So I don't know, maybe we'll have like 50 subscribers there. I don't know how we're going to work this out, but you guys are actually invited to my graduation party with my friends and family, which is going to be happening in July or maybe the beginning of August. So save the date, and then yeah, you guys are allowed to come. Okay, and then the last goal is career goals for 2020. So for my career goals for 2020, for YouTube, I said that I wanna, this is a big one and I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I want to hit 150,000 subscribers. I want to hit 150k on YouTube by the end of the year, which I would have never, before, I would have never made a bold statement like that. But the way that things have been going lately, I feel like I said, I've got to believe myself more and actually, like, push the boat out a bit. So, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to write it down. I'm not going to second guess myself. I want to reach 150,000 subscribers by December 2020. Oh my god. Oh, I really want to present. That is a massive one. That's the biggest goal of all of them, apart from graduating from Oxford. I want to present for BBC, ITV, BBC Teach, any of the massive production companies in the UK. I really want to present. Like, presenting is something that I really love. I just enjoy being on camera and, like, entertaining and that kind of stuff. So I really want to go into presenting and do, like, a massive gig, especially after last year, or was it this year, doing the BBC Teach stuff at the beginning of the year. Amazing. And I just don't want to let that go. I really want to, like, explore being a presenter, making documentaries, traveling the world. Like, I just want to do it so much. Do what you love. Oh yeah, that's true. It's a vague goal, but I really want to do what I love, in terms of once I've graduated and I've settled into being a graduate and no longer a student. I just don't want to think, oh my god, I've compromised myself, or I'm doing what I hate. I want to do what I love, whatever that may be. I want to get into charity work. I want to do academic work, academic policy reform in Zimbabwe. I also want to travel and make documentaries or presenting, and that is me in a nutshell. So I hope some parts of that come into whatever I'll end up doing. I have no idea. That is it. That is everything. Oh, and I do want to intern for a charity or volunteer or whatever it may be for a major charity. I really want to do that. I want to do some groundwork and put everything I've been saying into practice. And that is it. It looks messy, so I'm not going to show you, but that was a helpful. Love you guys so much. Honestly, like, there's 101,000 of you right now. Like, what? Man, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it because I'll get emotional, but I just don't know what I did to deserve starting 2020 with this many of you guys. Like, what? I'll see you in the next one. I hope I see you before 2020, but if I don't, then see you in 2020. And love you. Kumbaya. See you later.